Well, to quote an old political cliche, it is a cold, cold day in the national capital, but the political temperatures are rising. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will today kickstart BJP's campaign to try and wrest Delhi back. And let's remind you, after 16 full years, it hasn't been with the BJP for 16 years. The dates of which are incidentally expected to be announced today itself by the Election Commission later today in the day. Now, the party has pulled all stops to ensure a mega rally which is scheduled to begin at 11 a.m. BJP President Amit Shah, Chief Ministers of recently won states Jharkhand, Maharashtra, Haryana will all be on that dais with Narendra Modi, and so will be senior leaders of the Delhi unit as well as cabinet ministers, and also the 7 members of parliament from the BJP which were nominated during, which actually won during the Lok Sabha elections. Modi is expected to take the stage around noon. We are expecting him to speak and, of course, announce a slew of measures and announcements for Delhi. As for Delhiites who are going to be on the move today, there are several traffic restrictions around central Delhi. As for the ground itself, a massive stage has been set up for the Prime Minister. Special instructions have been issued to ensure sanitation in the area, keeping in mind the Prime Minister's initiative of Swachh Bharat. More than 2,000 busloads of BJP supporters and 10,000 e-rickshaw drivers all expected at the venue today, which is Ramlila Maidan.
It's a massive show of strength in the national capital for the Bharatiya Janata Party in general and for Prime Minister Narendra Modi in particular. Delhi has become a prestige battle for the BJP as well as Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But keeping the politics aside, let me just show you what the security apparatus is that has been in fact been put in place. Remember that post the Paris attacks, Delhi police is leaving nothing to chance as far as the Prime Minister's rally and its security is concerned. Of course, Prime Minister is a special protection group or an SPG protectee, and eventually this entire area and the security will be taken over by that specialized unit, the SPG. But till the time that happens, the basic security or the outer periphery of the security is being provided by the Delhi police. I'll ask my video journalist Sanjeev to show you. Look at this arrangement. There are about 6 main gates as far as Ramlila Maidan is concerned. This is one such gate. You can see that there are multiple barricades that have been put in place. There are these wooden checkpoints with each police officer having a metal detector very close to him. There are scanning machines as well on the other side, and I'll ask Sanjeev to show you. We will in fact show you the metal detector that has also been pressed into service. So anyone who gets some basic belongings with him will in fact have to get it scanned through this metal detection machine. Now this is a drill which is being followed across all of those 6 important gates. In fact, if you see on the other side also, there also the same drill is being followed. The idea is pretty simple: to leave nothing to chance. They are preparing for the worst but hoping for the best. In New Delhi, with video journalist Sanjeev Kumar, Sanket Upadhyay for Headlines Today.
Headlines Today would be getting you the ringside view of all the developments to the run-up to this rally, and especially when the rally begins as well. We have over seven correspondents from the network spread out getting us the very latest. Meanwhile, I want to immediately cut across to my colleague Sanket Upadhyay, who's joining me right now, right outside the Ramlila Maidan. Sanket, just the last 2-3 weeks, if you've seen the airwaves, if we've seen the posters splashed across the city, if we've seen public debate, political rhetoric has been extremely high, but something will change by the end of today. If you have to give a terminology, then it is game on when it comes to Delhi elections.
Absolutely, Preeti. Absolutely. This is, a high-octane prestige battle. Because if you look at Delhi Assembly, now this is a state or an election where there are, how many number of assembly constituencies, but eventually, there's not much in terms of power that the Delhi Assembly or the MLAs really enjoy. The police, for that matter, is controlled by the Home Ministry. The DDA or the Delhi Development Authority is controlled by the Union Development, Urban Development Ministry. These 2 big ministries are controlled by the centre. Now, the only big thing that is left for the Delhi government to control is Jal Board, that is providing water. So it's not really about control over the city, but a prestige battle, because being the national capital, being the seat of power of the nation, winning Delhi then becomes a prestige battle. And it is this very prestige battle where the BJP thinks it finds itself on some sort of a sticky wicket or a loose ground or on loose sand. The reason why I'm saying so is because in December 2013, Preeti, you have covered those elections. The BJP got 32, and at that time the BJP took a moralistic high position that we haven't got the mandate, we are 3 short and will not form the government. But this time around, if a similar situation arises, then it is going to be very difficult for the BJP, because riding on the Modi wave and the fact that so many state assembly elections have been won, the entire BJP top brass as well as the local leadership are really hoping that this time around they not just win, that is not just cross the 36 mark, but cross it considerably, so that they are able to show in terms of prestige that we have captured Delhi. But it is going to be particularly difficult because their contender is not their traditional rival, the Congress party. It is the Aam Aadmi party, a new kid on the block, facing a lot of criticism the last time around for his 49-day stint, but still having a very strong control, Preeti, over the East Delhi or Northeast Delhi, or basically the urban poor vote in the national capital, which, by the way, is very, very strong, and many political pundits say still the pocket borrow of the Aam Aadmi party.
Well, 16 years is a fairly long time to want power back, and the BJP would be wanting exactly that, as Sanket pointed out, a prestige issue as well. We're also being joined by our deputy editor, Brijesh Pandey, who's going to be tracking all developments where the BJP is concerned at this rally. He's going to be joining us, but I want to immediately go back to Sanket on the story. Sanket, you know, you brought up Arvind Kejriwal, and it's interesting when you take it all in play, because there seems to be a deja vu of sorts of what we witnessed during the Lok Sabha. Of course, the stakes very different of Arvind Kejriwal versus Narendra Modi, but Narendra Modi clearly the Prime Minister here. Also, the Ramlila Maidan, Sanket. You know, if we don't forget, it was Arvind Kejriwal who took oath as Chief Minister at the Ramlila Maidan. Today we have Narendra Modi, who is going to be speaking and trying to steal the same voters who came to attend the swearing-in of Arvind Kejriwal, and of course what you pointed out, giving, you know, a slew of measures especially for the urban poor.
Absolutely, Preeti. In fact, you know, you'll remember you and I were here exactly the same place a little over a year ago, when Arvind Kejriwal was sworn in as the Chief Minister of the national capital. There were a lot of people here, more than 50,000 is what the Aam Aadmi party claimed. The year has changed, the party has changed, the location is the same, the issue is the same, and the battle is also the same. That is really what Delhi is all about at this moment. The political consistency that was there in the Delhi Assembly elections is now nowhere to be seen, because the principal, you know, the person who, or the party which was controlling Delhi Assembly elections is not there. They're nowhere to be seen. They're not even in the contest. We're talking about the Congress party. But to the question that you asked me about, you know, the people over here, Narendra Modi trying to use the same platform, technically not the same people, because just to give you a little idea of what the BJP has actually done this time around, it has taken this particular battle very, very seriously. Delhi is something that so far it was considered that for the past 15 years, BJP has almost in a way given up on Delhi. But that doesn't seem to be the case. There is a new vigor in the BJP to retain Delhi Assembly, you know, as far as possible, and have a convincing and a thumping majority in the Vidhan Sabha. So what the Prime Minister has done directly, and what many senior BJP leaders have been instructed to do, is to get each and every block level leader to commit to at least 60 workers who will come and attend this rally, and then take the message home to their respective constituency, particularly in the areas which are considered like the power banks of the Aam Aadmi party in East Delhi, Northeast Delhi, you know, areas like Nand Nagri, Sundar Nagri, which were Congress's strongholds, became the Aam Aadmi party's strongholds, and the BJP, mind you, is very jittery about their performance in these very areas.
And that's what we're getting in Sanket, is that Narendra Modi would be targeting lots of measures going to be announced, especially for those particular areas, the slums in Delhi, something which has been, like we pointed out earlier, the pocket borough of the Aam Aadmi Party. I want to immediately bring in Sanket at this point of time. Brijesh, our deputy editor, is also joining us. Our senior news editor, Sanket Upadhyay, reporting right outside the Ramlila Maidan. The other vantage point being held by Brijesh there. Brijesh, from taking off from what Sanket was saying, Narendra Modi today would be very pointed in announcing a slew of opportunities, measures, policies, right before the Election Commission also announces the dates today, and a clear eye on the Aam Aadmi Party voter.
Well, absolutely. He will definitely announce a slew of measures, a thing which we have started witnessing when the decision to regularize all the irregular colonies was taken in a cabinet decision. And but apart from that, the case of Delhi has been a near miss. If you remember last time when in Goa, when Narendra Modi was appointed as the chief election campaigner of BJP,
yes,
there were 4 states which went to poll. And Delhi state BJP missed very narrowly. They got 32 seats and they missed the crown of Delhi by merely 3 seats. Now we see a resurgent BJP and an extremely resurgent Narendra Modi.
Yes.
And today the bugle of the Delhi election will be blown at this Ramlila Maidan, which has witnessed several historic processions and several rallies in the last couple of years. We saw Anna Hazare here, we saw Arvind Kejriwal taking oath here, and today when the Prime Minister will blow the bugle of poll in Delhi today here at Ramlila Maidan, the BJP is extremely buoyant and they are hoping that
right,
they would be winning at least 40 plus seats to make sure that they are able to show that the wave of Narendra Modi continues
right,
unabated.
Well, but the wave of Narendra Modi has Arvind Kejriwal standing right in front of that. Many do believe that there is a leadership deficit when it comes down to the Delhi BJP, and Narendra Modi might not be able to pull it off with Arvind Kejriwal there. We're going to get you the very latest now, but on your television screen, well, if you're planning to get out in the national capital today, you'd want to avoid these particular areas because there's a massive security clamp up there. Lots of checking. There are lots of diversions in place as well, especially for public transport as well. So many buses who are plying in these particular roads, these particular areas that you can see on your television screen, even those buses will not be going through those particular areas. So do avoid that if you want a good Saturday morning, because at least for the BJP cadre and all supporters for the BJP, this Saturday morning, all roads lead to the Ramlila Maidan. But, it's quite interesting as well, because